So welcome everybody to this new tutorial. So we're gonna try to show up how to copy a table from one database to another one, or from one server to another one. So right here I'm starting with this server, going to this database. I'm gonna just choose like a random tables. So table is country. It gives me 268 rows. So the first thing you can do, which is the easiest way, is select star into, let's keep the same schema, but you can put a new schema. So here you put the schema name dot new table name from this table, and this basically will copy everything here into this schema and table while staying on the same database. So if I want to move to another database, let's say I want to go here, I will just add here the database name. So let's stay on the same database, alright, and copy the table. Let's keep the schema DBO and put the table called let's call it country copy. Alright, so we can check that table doesn't exist. So country copy doesn't exist. Alright, from country we probably can add any condition we want, but let's just keep it simple without any condition. So if you select, for example, you add condition when country ID is whatever, it's like more than start with I or something, you can keep like just few rows. But here again I'm just gonna keep everything, so it's 265 rows. I'm gonna select it here, keep again the same database. Yep, so now I'm gonna go to the country copy, and I found the data there. So if I go to, okay, let's check country copy, or let's check country. So I have country and I have country copy. So if I want to check the definition, so it's Alt F1. I'm gonna do, it's on your keyboard, you press Alt plus F1, and it's basically gonna give you the definition. So you can see here the length and everything here, the collations, everything that's in the first table will get copied into the second one. So let's say 450, 150. I will go here and check again, Alt F1 on this one, 450, 150. What changed is the create date time, which is today. So this is the first way to do it, which is gonna copy you the table. If again I want to go to another database, let's, for example, up trouble. So right, let's go here, select star from up trouble dot DBO, that's country copy. So again here it doesn't exist. Alright, if I put here up trouble, I select, it's gonna copy on the second database, which is up trouble. So I select here, and again I get all the rows, 260 rows, and the table definition is being copied. So if I want to go to another server, you can add here the new server name. Select into the new server name. Let's call it new server name. But just be sure, so if for example I'm on this server, just be sure that it's kind of linked. So you can check here on server objects, linked servers, and I can see all the linked server here. So basically I can only work with this. Otherwise, if I want to add something else, I need to add it to the linked server. Alright, this is the first way. Alright, second way to do it. Second way is right click. So let's drop it again. Let's drop this. Alright, let's drop this. Alright, so we don't have it on this database and we don't have it to the actual database. So again, so if I refresh here, I only have country. So the second way is you just right click script table as create to new. Alright, it's gonna give you the script table. What you're gonna do is just to take it. So again, I'm on the same database. If I want to change database, I would just put here the new database name, and here I put country, copy. I run it. Oh, here we go. So primary key name already exists. So the constraints and stuff, you need to change the name, for example. But what we did here before, when we do select star into, let's say, country copy, dbo.country copy, one thing that's really important is that the primary key, the foreign key, the constraints, triggers, everything doesn't get copied. You get the table definitions, yeah, it's like you get from here to here, but you don't get any primary key or constraint or everything. So that's kind of stuff that you lose, and you need to add it. You know what I mean? So here we got issues. So if you want, we have to change we have to change the name. So let's change this to copy, and then constraint, call it copy. So let's try to create it right now. Yeah, so again, just keep in mind that every time you create it with this method, you don't create any constraint or primary key or any key or index or triggers. So you just create the columns, but you don't create any of this. So this is kind of a better way because you keep the definition. So you just do this. Again, I will go back and select. So let's select this. I have the table which is empty, so we didn't insert into any data. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click and do edit. Oh, not select, sorry. So here it just gives me like up to 200, which is you can, so this is only 200, I guess. So you copy this, and once you've copied the 200, you're gonna go to the second page. I'll just stop at 200, which is not giving me a return. Oh, so let's refresh. Country copy, edit, go here and paste it. So this is kind of good method if you have only few. Let's say you have less than 200, you can do this. Otherwise, what you can do is select star, let's say 260, you copy this, and since this is a bit format, this is not the issue. When a bit, it's gonna go to like 0, so you put it false. You just like try to edit, like select and take this as false, and when it's true, take it as, when it's 1, take it as true. So you can insert it here, see, it goes to false, and that's why you can insert everything when you paste. So if I do this method, like copy paste directly, it's just gonna give me, I guess, 200. Yeah, it's just 200. So let me truncate. I don't need it, I need everything. Truncate table. And the right way to do it, so right now the table is empty. So the right way to do it is to right click on the database and go to task and generate a script. You go to next. So remember, I need only this table, I don't need everything, so I'm gonna go here. I'm just interested into tables, I'm not interested into all tables, so I'm going, this is kinda sorted by alphabetical, so I'm gonna go to country. So here we go. You take this table, you go here, and this is very important where you put it. So I'm gonna put it on my desktop, just to take it easily. The name, let's call it country. And here you go to advanced, and you see that by default this is gonna give me only the schema, but the schema I already copied, so I don't need a schema, I just need the data. If you need both schema and data, this will create a table and give you the data too, but here we already create table manually, but so we just need the data. So I copy the data only, next, so I'm gonna get all my data. Alright, so I got my data here. So let me go to my desktop. It's called, should be called country.sql. Alright, select everything. Oh, so one thing here is inserted into country. So if we do this actually, and we call it country copy, it's not gonna insert into country copy. Sorry. Let's put it this way. Let me show you more. So here it's gonna insert into country. See what I'm saying? So this is kinda useful if you keep the same table name and go to another database. That's kinda good because it's the same name and you just connect to the new database or to the new server, wherever. Every time you have the new place that you want to put your table, but it's the same name. This is kind of good way, but here I need to replace this. Alright, country by country copy. So I'm gonna do Control F and quick replace. Let me show you. I'm gonna replace dbu.country with dbu.country copy. Alright, I'm gonna replace everything. 270. Alright. So let's go back. So here it becomes dbu.country, insert dbu.country copy. So let me just comment this and we should be all set. Let's try. Alright. So right now let's uncomment this. Remember we just truncate country copy before, so let's select start from this and we should have 268 like the original one, which is fine, 268. So yeah, if the same name, you don't need to change the table. If not the same name, you just do replace everything. So that's pretty much the two ways to do it, and hope you guys enjoy the video and see you next on the next tutorials.